For as great as Lamar Jackson is, for as amazing as Lamar Jackson has been, he's got to be one of the most underappreciated athletes of this generation. That is no exaggeration. We as NFL fans are privileged. We should be honored to be able to witness in real time Lamar Jackson play this game of football because we are witnessing not only one of the greatest quarterbacks to play this game, we are witnessing one of the most explosive, iconic football players to ever lace up a pair of cleats. Because when he retires, when Lamar's Hall of Fame career is all said and done, and he's going to Canton, Ohio on a first ballot selection, he's getting his gold jacket, there will be no amount of highlights. There will be no amount of stories being passed down to these next generations that will do them justice as far as understanding how great Lamar Jackson was and the impact that he had on the game of football. You see, because I'm old enough to remember Michael Vick. I'm old enough to remember Michael Vick. I was a little kid when he was down there in Atlanta making NFL defenders look like youth football players. I remember the impact he had not only on myself, but kids of our generation, the game of football as a whole, the energy, the swagger that he brought. Michael Vick was and is still an absolute icon that transcended the game of football. There is no Lamar. There is no Cam Newton. There is no Jaden Daniels without Michael Vick. But respectfully, for as great as Michael Vick was, for as amazing as he was, for iconic and all the memories that he gave us, Michael Vick, respectfully, was never Lamar Jackson. And it's not even close. Yes, Mike walked so Lamar could run, but Lamar took that baton and took it to a whole nother level, which leads me right to my next point in saying that Lamar Jackson does not get enough credit. He does not get enough credit for making possibly the biggest player transformation we have ever seen in the history of the National Football League, right? People want to rewrite history all they want. People can look at the past and talk about it like it didn't happen, but I will never forget, nor will I ever let it go, that we saw this guy win a Heisman Trophy. At the University of Louisville, we saw this guy have one of the greatest college football seasons we have ever seen. He completely took over the entire landscape of sports. Again, transcended past college football, transcended past the sport of football. We saw Lamar Jackson do things we have never seen be done before on a football field. And NFL scouts, NFL GMs, people that get paid a whole ton of money to make big, important $1 million decisions for NFL organizations all got together, looked at each other and said, yep, let's move that guy to wide receiver. That same guy that is doing things at the quarterback position we've never seen done before, let's take him and move him to catch footballs, right? A ton of people within NFL circles that made big, important decisions didn't think Lamar Jackson was good enough to play quarterback at the NFL level because he quote unquote couldn't throw the football, right? Lamar Jackson came into the NFL as a guy who couldn't throw the football and has over time turned himself into one of the most efficient passers of all time. Yes, Lamar Jackson, the guy they say couldn't throw the football when he came into the NFL, is now one of the best throwers of the football we have ever seen. Lamar Jackson has the greatest quarterback passer rating of all time, just above two guys that go by the name of Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. Two guys who they are currently carving on the all-time quarterback Mount Rushmore as we speak. So if Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers are on Mount Rushmore of all-time quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson can't be too far behind, right? I don't care who you are. Your name is up there with the two all-time greats. Your name cannot be too far behind. And if you don't believe in QBR, if you don't know what QBR is, if you don't believe in it, turn on the tape. Just watch one Baltimore Ravens game. You will see the right decision being made time and time again. You will see passes being zipped and put into windows that you've never seen put into before. You will see him dissect the middle of a defense, absolutely carve up the middle of the field like you've never seen done before. In his most recent game against the Miami Dolphins, first game back from the hamstring injury, he made, again, an NFL defense look like a high school junior varsity team, right? He obviously was coming off the injury, started off a little rough, missed a receiver short on an out route, but once the drives kept going, once Lamar got into a little bit of a rhythm and he started to shake off a little bit of the rust, the game itself literally looked like Lamar was in the Matrix. It looked like Lamar was moving at a different speed, like everything around him had just slowed down. And a primetime Thursday night football game against some of the best athletes in the entire world, Lamar made it look like it was the day before a game walkthrough. He made it look like it was just some normal Saturday walkthrough, the way he was dissecting that defense, the way he was surgically just putting passes where they needed to go, and the perfect time at the perfect spot. It just looked too easy. Lamar Jackson did what he on Thursday night, what he has done his entire career, which is make the game of football at its highest level look easy, right? 18 to 23, 204 yards, 4 touchdown passes on a bum hamstring that he barely left the pocket on. And that told us everything we needed to know. Because you watched that game against the Dolphins, and it was like watching a superhero fight without using any of his powers, right? Lamar Jackson not being able to use his legs is like a superhero not being able to use his powers, but he still absolutely manhandled you because it was just to show you, like, hey, I don't need my powers to beat you. I'm him regardless, right? I think honestly, Lamar Jackson is gearing up to take the Baltimore Ravens on an historic run to close out this 2025 NFL season. Lamar is getting ready to take them on a historic run. After a 1-5 start, Lamar missing 3 games with a hamstring injury, right? 2 weeks ago, not even 14 days ago, we were looking at this Ravens team and saying, man, their entire season is in jeopardy. If they lose one or two more, it might be wraps on the entire 2025 season just like that. Lamar was injured. Their defense was hobbled, but their defense was also struggling at an extremely high clip that we've never seen them struggle at before. But then Tyler Huntley comes in, and with the season on the line against the Chicago Bears, he steps up, gets the dub. Lamar comes back. Then they put a spanking on the Miami Dolphins. The very next game, just 4 days later on Thursday Night Football, and just like that, the Ravens are now 1 game back from the AFC North, or 1 game out of the AFC North, and they're about to catch fire at the exact right time. Vegas has the Ravens at minus 150 odds and a favorite to win the AFC North, right? Just think about that. They currently have the 8th best odds to win the Super Bowl, the 8th best odds to win the big championship, right? This is a team that started off 1-5. This is a team, again, that we're just a couple of losses away from hanging up their entire 2025 season. And now here they are climbing themselves back to not only being in playoff contention, not only being looked at as a football team that's getting hot, but looked at as one of the best in the entire game, right? Vegas, they clearly know something. They know Lamar is back, and this team is about to get active. If you want to talk about Vegas, they don't get much wrong. Vegas does not get much wrong. The Ravens' next 4 games are against the Minnesota Vikings, the Cleveland Browns, the New York Jets, and the Cincinnati Bengals. 4 straight games against struggling teams with losing records. And as much as I love my Minnesota Vikings, you guys know that have been following the channel know I'm a huge Vikings fan. It's looking like the Ravens about to go 4-0. It's looking like the Ravens about to go 4-0 and be right back into being at the top of the AFC North. I don't think anybody right now has any doubt. I don't think anybody right now has any doubt in the Ravens even making the postseason. And we know damn well all they need to do is get a chance. All the Ravens need to do is just get into the dance. And once you're there, anything can happen. We see it time and time again. We see it year after year. And especially with a guy like Lamar Jackson under helm, you definitely have a chance to win any football game, right? And you best believe Lamar has heard all the talk. Lamar has heard all the talk about his postseason struggles. He listened to everything that was said about how he's failed to reach a Super Bowl, how he's known for underperforming when the lights are at its brightest and it's January. He hears all that, right? And I think that, especially after the way last year ended with, the game against the Bills, Mark Andrews with the drop and the fumble, and then Lamar Jackson with the fumble. With the way that game ended last year, and they knew that they should have won that game, they could have won that game and still had a chance at the end to win that game, essentially beating themselves. I know he cannot wait to get another shot at just proving everybody wrong. I know he cannot wait to get a shot at just showing the world exactly what this team and what he is capable of doing in January. Lamar's got the MVPs. He's got the accolades. He's got the stats. He's already, again, going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer when it is all said and done. The only thing on the mind of Lamar Jackson now is getting a Lombardi trophy and bringing it back to the city of Baltimore, right? And if there's one quarterback that can turn that team around, if there's one quarterback that can take a 1-5 team at the start of the season to being legit Super Bowl contenders, it is Lamar Jackson.